Hi guys, welcome back to Exposed, and if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and subbed. I wasn't going to do the skincare video, but a little birdie told me there's something really interesting in this, so I'm going to do it, and if I don't think it's worth putting up, I won't. If that makes any sense. Right, shall we jump in? Oh, hang on, I haven't said what it is yet. On the screen it says, I thought my skin was good. And underneath, why I stopped Obagi Nuderm, my skin reset begins. Another obsession. Shall we jump in?
So today we are going to talk about skincare. Skincare, all the things that...
Skincare. What was the point of that?
That have been happening with me, and it's been going on for about, I've told you guys little things here and there, but I have many notes right here, and I'm going to try to narrow this down as much as possible because I want to be able to keep you updated, because there are so many things that I know that I go through that could help you, and you're going to be seeing me get different things done as far as like lasers and stuff. I've already started that, and I want to be able to report back to you. And also you're going to see me get products, and you're going to see how different my face looks, all of those things. And if I let it get much further, then I won't even tell you. That's what happens with me. So first of all, I am 55, and I have been...
Oh, that nearly killed her, didn't it? I'm 55. Fuck's sake, Lisa. Be thankful you've reached 55. A lot of people don't.
And on Obagi Nuderm, on and off for over... So I've been on YouTube for 17 years, and I've been on Obagi since before then. I first heard about it from a friend who had severe melasma, and I watched it, number one, just destroy her face. I mean, she was like peeling everywhere and everything, but it just obliterated her melasma. And she had like a big, almost like a clown tear marks on both sides and mustache around her mouth. And I too, after having children, had I think I had a...
Oh, yeah, I think I had. She probably had a teeny tiny little spot, and being Lisa and doing what Lisa did, she went overboard and thought, oh, that really hard skincare that obliterated my friend's skin. Yeah, I'm going to try that.
Spot here. I had some spots here, a little bit over my mouth, like spots that every day I was having to cover up with concealer, and then they would come back through. Boom. So that is what got me on Obagi. And at the time, it was so expensive, and it was gaining so much popularity, and I just felt so good about it. It worked so good. It was just, I felt like it made the biggest difference in my skin. But the thing is, it is very, very strong. And I feel like all along my YouTube career, I've gotten off of it every once in a while, but I've never been able to get in a rhythm for many different reasons. A lot is because I wouldn't take the time to learn about each thing. I would just go to one person or talk to one person and do what they said, or I would just give up or use the wrong things, and I would always head back to Obagi because it is...
How difficult is it to get a cleanser, a toner and a moisturiser? Job done. She makes such a big to-do about nothing.
Such a system, and I love a system, and it's steps 1, 2, 3, 4, and then at night steps 1, 2, 3, 5, and that's why I've been doing it. So I do go to a dermatologist frequently because I go to a dermatologist for Botox or anything like that. Okay, let me start my story here.
You thought you had started your story fucking 3 minutes ago.
You guys know that when I do makeup tutorials and everything, when I first start out, my skin is so red. It is so angry.
It isn't so red. Everybody's face looks red after they've washed it. And then you put 2 ton of fucking foundation on and poof, it's gone. I don't know why you make such a fucking big deal over nothing, Lisa.
To the point where the last couple of times, I know the last time I did a video, I'll put it up here, I didn't even wash or put anything on my face. I just went over with micellar water because I knew it would make it so red, and it's embarrassing. Plus, who wants to have a red face all the time? But I thought that...
Oh, wee. Who wants to have a red face? Talk about the people with rosacea. They deal with it day in, day out. And you don't see them whining like you are.
I knew that it was irritated, but I thought that was a good thing. I thought it went into that whole theory of, you know, keep your skin irritated so that it's always active and regenerating. That's what I was thinking of. I was not using a single moisturizer, not a serum, not a cream, nothing. So I think it started out with me, you know, we were doing Project Skincare Body on our bodies this whole past
No, you were.
winter, and I've had a lot of good results with that. And then right before summer was coming, I thought, let me go ahead and get my décolleté and my neck. I'll get the BBL. And how many months ago did I get the V-Beam for redness on my face? And I'm going to be all over the place because honestly, when you change something so drastic, you'll notice that here's the change, but there's going to be lots of different things that led you to that change. And that's how it's going to be because it's a pretty profound change for me. And so
She's changing her skincare. And that's profound. It just shows you how fuck all affects her and fuck all happens in her bubble. So that when one tiny little thing happens, shit hits the fan and she starts spiraling.
I got the V-Beam, and honestly, guys, as my dad would say, Mickey Mouse. I mean, it was just like nothing. It was like I had done nothing. And guess who did my V-Beam? It was my dermatologist. So I felt good about I had gotten the best results I can. And honestly, she told me that she was getting a new machine and that she wanted to try that. So I was like, okay. She's the one that helps me with my Obagi. She knows that I'm on Obagi. She just saw my skin. Nobody said anything. So I go on. And then I think this is a big, big deal here. All of these new foundations started coming out. Started with the Estee Lauder Double Wear. And I was trying to find my shades. Well, it's very hard to match your shade when your face and your neck are just red all the time. Because what happens? You have to...
Your face was never fucking red all the time.
to cover it all up. And then the redness has to change your foundation to some degree. And I was having a hard time with that. And I had a lot of luck actually with buying the LA Girl Blue. It's like a color corrector that goes into your foundation. If any of you have that problem of everything's too orange, everything's too red, everything's too yellow, a little dot of that blue goes a long way. So that had brought me a little bit of relief. Then when I asked a makeup artist at Ulta, she said, oh, you need to just cancel out the redness of your skin. So that is when you guys saw me start to buy things that canceled out redness. And I mean, they help a little bit, but it's not like really, really helping it that much. Okay, so let's start with my, gosh, I'm
all over the place, guys. You'll have to bear with me. Because I've got to tell you the ins and outs of a fucking gnat's arse. I can't just say I stopped it because it was making my skin red and now I'm trying this. No, we have to know why and what you were wearing and what you ate that day and why you decided to do it. I won't be using the little violin in this video because it'll blow up the amount of times I would want to put it up there with her whinging and fucking whining about nothing. So happy I haven't got anyone like her in my life.
There's so many things because I've really been going through, doing a lot behind the scenes. So I had V-Beam for redness. New foundations were too warm, and I had luck with the blue mixer.
You've just said all that. You don't have to go over it again. Can you not read down your list and see the next thing without reading the entire fucking list to us?
Okay, this is another thing. This is a big deal. I was scheduled this week, April 1st, for a consultation with a plastic surgeon for a facelift.
Ding, 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 ding. My little birdie was right.
Don't call it lower or whatever. It was a deep plane facelift. Okay, in order to even get in with this doctor that I was recommended, you had to send in photos to even get considered for a consultation. So let me tell you, those photos broke me down. It was brutal. And then, we've seen so...
The photos were brutal. Why were they brutal, Lisa? Oh, because you didn't have your 900-watt bulb and all your fucking filters on, and you had to see your real face that you can't bear to look at. That's a fucking problem, woman. Wake up and smell the fucking coffee, even if you don't drink it. This is what's happening to all these young girls on fucking TikTok and Instagram and everywhere else now. They pick up a mirror and go, who's that? Because they're so fucking used to tweaking their faces and their bodies and fuck knows what else. Michaela, what's her face? She's a perfect example. She doesn't look anything like herself when someone else takes the picture. It's sad that they can't fucking accept who they are and they don't like who they are.
So many celebrities lately, I don't want to name who has really good, I think the best plastic surgery I've ever seen is probably Lindsay Lohan, Brad Pitt, but I have seen so many bad ones. And these are iconic people, men and women, that would have remained iconic if they had if they looked like the same person. And that really shook me because I am not afraid to have a surgery. I am not afraid of pain, and I am not afraid of downtime, and I am not afraid of coming up here and showing you and telling you every single thing I've done. What I am afraid of is not looking like myself. That I am afraid of.
Yeah, whatever.
And going through this thing in the past 2 years with losing my hair and knowing how it shook me.
You didn't fucking lose your hair! Oh, man alive. Sorry, I'm just looking at this ring. And of course it only goes up to a U. Fuckers. Can I?
Because it's different than the average person. When you have to look at yourself, as long as I do, on camera, it is very different than just walking around or your family or society, because there's so many things that I see that others don't, and the camera can be brutal. So I had that.
She's loving that word brutal, isn't she?
Consultation. John was going with me. And, that was on my mind too. But one thing I noticed in those photos is my skin just didn't look that great. I just felt like, what has happened? Like, what the heck? My skin doesn't even look good. And see, I'm one of those people that I want the best. I want the best car. I want the best this. I want the best.
Oh, we never would have known.
I can afford at all times. And I thought I was on the best because, for one thing, it's expensive. It's very action-based. I could see what it was doing. And I could go to any store or anyone ask me about skincare or trying to sell me something, and I could say, oh, I'm on Obagi Nuderm, and they would just drop it. Like, oh, I took it as, oh, we're not going to get any better than that. Or I just always felt like it was a closed book. Like all the PR that I would get, all of the opportunities for skincare collaborations, all the things I would turn them down. I'm on Obagi. I'm on Obagi. Colleen Rothschild, I'm on Obagi. So that was it's part of my personality too. It's kind of like you guys see how I am. I'll get into my gut health. I'll get into the hair products. I'll get into certain things, and I love to do a deep dive and, go way too far and come out with a good plan. And I'm pretty much done with my hair. I feel like my hair is coming back thick. Now it's to the point where I just have to wait for it to grow. So the consultation pictures break me down. Then what was it? It was on the 17th. I had the BBL laser done on my neck and my chest. Okay, I was bringing all of my skincare down my neck. So my neck was red and angry all the time too. And then my chest, I've got self-tanner on, which I'm going to tell you about that too. I've got self-tanner on, so you really can't tell. But oh my gosh, when I got there to that appointment that I had been looking forward to so long, she starts telling me about it. And she says, well, you won't notice. There's no downtime. You won't notice anything right away. The results will really come in about 3 months, and you might need to have several. And this was like $1,000. And I looked at her and I said, if I had known all of that, I would not be here. And she says, well, I'm sorry. I don't want to make you think that it's not going to work. And I was just like, so we talked to her, and I've got...
No, she wanted everything to fucking happen yesterday. I'm sorry, they've got diamonds on the telly. That is really nice. It's necklace with... how many? 2. A little diamond and then a bigger diamond. It's really cute. It's real, so... where are we? £1,899.96. No thank you, QVC. Right, let's move this there so I can't see things twinkling at me. The problem with Lisa is she wants everything yesterday. She wants to be able to click her fingers and be back to being 30 years of age and everything's done. And do you know what I mean? It's like she's got no fucking patience for anything. And it's like the Patreon and the fucking membership thing. She didn't have enough people paying her and she couldn't put in the time or the effort and she gave up. That's her all over.
Pictures that I'll put in here of me getting it done, her putting the numbing gel on, which did irritate my skin even more, and we did my neck and my chest.
I was just going to say, you're going to take your fucking necklace off.
And you guys, I hate to be pessimistic, but I do not have any faith that helped in anything. It was Mickey Mouse for sure, because I have had the IPL done years and years and years ago, and I'm telling you, those brown spots turned dark. It burnt. It took my breath away. When I got in the car, I remember like taking off my bra and just like, it was like the most severe sunburn you've ever had. But those brown spots like flaked off, and it was beautiful. So I'd had those two experiences.
Maybe you shouldn't have gone back out in the fucking sun again, huh?
Okay, now comes my trip to Austin for YouTube, the collaboration. And here I am around all of these girls that are really into skincare. Penn Skincare, makeup by Nikki LaRose, Lisa J, all these different people. And I'm sitting there that night and I'm just looking at them and I'm hearing them talk about skincare and they all look so beautiful. And I'm like, okay, all of these people have beautiful skin and they're not on Obagi. And it just opens the door. All of these things open the door. But I'm deathly afraid that if I stop it, all hell's going to break loose. So I come back and I text my dermatology office and I ask them, will they please ask her, I'm thinking about getting off of Obagi. What would she suggest? And she suggested a vitamin C. I'll list it below. It's Sente Vitamin C. And to keep up with my Atralin, which is a pure retin A that I use every night without doubt. And then
I thought the whole point of the Obagi thing was that you had that hydroquinone shite that was better than retin A. So you were using retin A and hydroquinone. No wonder your skin's angry.
Then Okay, let me back up. So I
No!
ordered.
Don't back up, fuck's sake. Takes you too long going forward. Never mind backing up again.
The vitamin C, and I'm talking to more people, and I'm thinking, and I'm looking at my skin, and I'm talking to skincare enthusiasts and everything. And okay, this is another very, very pivotal moment. Coming back from the event in Austin, I found my BK Beauty Nikki LaRose brushes. I had shoved them in a drawer wrapped in a washcloth during one of my frenzies getting ready for the cleaning girl. And Lisa sent me 2 more sets. So I start watching Nikki's videos. And one of the videos was, "This is why you don't like your foundation." And she goes into shaving your face, which I don't do. And she goes into all of this moisturizing products that she uses, but yet she has oily skin, because most people my age have dry skin. And so what do? I think...
You write a list of everything she used in her video. You went out that second and you bought it all. It's what you usually do. Oh, this'll make me look like her. I don't want to not look like me. Whatever, fuck off.
Before I message the dermatologist, did I even moisturize? I don't think I did, because I don't think she had convinced me yet. No, I did, because remember I told you I ordered the Revive Beauty Barrier Cream because someone else had said they liked it under makeup. And I remembered I used to love the City Beauty Sculpting Cream, Vitamin Enriched Face Base, and the Charlotte Tilbury Miracle Cream under makeup. So I was like, wow, okay, I missed that. Maybe that'll make my makeup look better. So I use that, and then I start out to put my foundation on with one of Nikki's brushes. So I'm putting the foundation on, just going along, and I go and look. I don't know if you can see, but I did it for a tutorial, but I kept it up there as this little mini ring light where I can get close up in the mirror and look at my skin with that light. And you guys, I got close up in the mirror and I saw all of this flaky, lacy skin underneath my foundation. Well, at that moment, it completely blew away my theory of, well, yes, I'm red, but my skin is so slick. It's so exfoliated. It's so smooth. You couldn't get a flake on my skin. I knew it would be flaky at the end of the day, but I thought that was just it sloughing off from the day, because during the morning, step 4 is a very strong exfoliator, the Exfoderm Forte, that has all the acids in it, and I was using Retin A and hydroquinone every night and every morning. So I was like, wow, that really just blew me away. It really, really disarmed it took Obagi down off of that pedestal. And that is when I messaged the dermatologist, and here we go from here. Okay, so what did I do that day? These are some steps to not do, but I'm going to be honest with you, even if I seem foolish, because I am what I am on here, and I make mistakes. Okay, so when I see those flakes, what do? I think, how am I going to get those flakes off? So I go into the dermatologist's office, go upstairs, and let me go get them. Hold on. Okay, these are just a few of the things, because you know me. You know I'm diving deep into all those videos and ordering a bunch of stuff. But
obsessing is what it's called, Lisa. You're obsessing.
I had someone tell me that this was really good. This is the stuff that I was using.
Stop wiggling it around and we might be able to see what the fuck it is. No, I can't read that. Hang on. Will my magnifying glass work? Alpha Ret Exfoliating Peel Pad. Skin Better Science. So she's using hydroquinone, Retin A, and Exfoderm Forte, or whatever it is. Sorry, I'm trying to put my magnifying glass back. And she's gone and got a peel pad. And she wonders why her skin is red. For the love of all. She's insane. The woman's just fucking insane.
On my legs, and this is a good brand, and I'm not saying this isn't really good and I won't use it in the future. Luckily, I did not use it. It is the Alpha Ret Exfoliating Peel Pad. She gave me a few of those to try. And then I proceeded to buy the LHA cleanser. I'm thinking I need to bump it up at this point. That's what I'm thinking. And the LHA toner. So I proceed to use these with the rest of my Obagi because at this point I didn't know enough to know which direction to go. And it's just such a routine to me, and I just was uneducated at the time. So I
You
used
still are.
this that night. I used this the next morning, and then the next night I go to use this, and my face lit up on fire. Like I was the reddest I think I have ever been. It hurt so bad. And I thought, okay. Oh, one more thing I did too. You know, the stands out exfoliating things, the towels that work so good. Remember I told you put it in the hottest water you can and then just scrub your face. I did that too, which exfoliates. And so right when it turned so red, I thought, oh my God. I took a soft cloth and I
Oh my God.
washed it all off with cold. I thought, oh my God. I took a soft cloth and I washed it all off with cold water, and I started using hyaluronic acid that I had purchased. Like, I can't remember which one. It was one that I think Nikki prescribed. And from then on, it has been a downhill slide. I'm going back uphill now, but what had happened is my barrier, which is a buzzword now, and now I know why. My skin barrier was already so compromised over all those years of Obagi. I think I've been on Obagi now for about 3 consecutive years. And the reason that skin and flake was probably still hanging on is because I had plastered it down with all these drying products. And then what did I do? Go back in and do more. So now I'm on Project Heal Your Skin. And I
often thought, why do the police always have a code name? And now she's doing it. Project Heal Your Body Skin. Project Heal Your Face Skin. She's not happy unless she's trying to fix or undo something. And she can obsess over it every single fucking step.
have gone to, before I did this video, I wanted to know what I was talking about because you can't even watch 3 to 4 videos of a dermatologist and hear the same thing. Everybody...
No, because everyone is fucking different and different things work for different people. And what you need to do is stop doing everything and just wash your face with soap and water or a nice mild cleanser. And then do that for a couple of weeks. Then add in one thing at a time and see what suits you. But you can't do that because you want everything yesterday. I just can't with this fucking woman. And she was going to be a life coach.
Knows something different, and that's the way it is. We're human, and it has different experiences. But I wanted to develop my own thoughts and plan and know what I was talking about before I came to you. So the first person I went to go see is a master esthetician. She's, I think, 52, and she is at a plastic surgery office. It's actually the one that I had, not my nose, but my mastopexy, my lift done. And that was a place I would get, that was one of my dealers. That was a place I would get my Obagi. So I went in there, went in with like tinted moisturizer. She took it off and I said, one, I want to know, is my skin oily or am I combo? And she said, you look combo, maybe oily T-zone. Then, oh my gosh, you guys, talk about getting broken down. She took me in this room and did this scan on my face. Okay, if you get this done,
it's sun damage, isn't it? I'm trying to figure out what all the different things are. I'll leave it there for a bit so you can all have a proper look. She looks like Mother Teresa in this. No disrespect meant to Mother Teresa, but doesn't this one fucking highlight how fucking huge her mouth is? And she's going to say something stupid now, like, if you get it done, be prepared. It's brutal. Fucking woman.
Done. Don't do your chin like this. Because it's one of those things like in the eye doctor where you put your chin down and then you put your head up against the top bar. So I did this. Do this. It's much easier to take. So this machine...
Right, now I've got to go back and look. How far back was it? What is she on about? It doesn't look that fucking bad. Honestly, this woman.
My face. Things I did. So this machine, I'll put the name up here, took pictures of all of my different layers of skin. And then it rated them percentages. So I think for pores, I was all in the green. She said I was all good, even with pigmentation down deep. But I was very bad in the redness. And so what she prescribed me that day is the triple lipid, a creamy cleanser. She suggested the SkinCeuticals, and I wish I would have bought it that day, but it's okay because I bought something. This is what I'm using now, and this is what everybody says, including a girl I just went to yesterday. Everybody says this one. So this is the creamy cleanser. I've got one at my counter, and then I've got one in my shower. So the La Roche-Posay Hydrating Gentle Cleanser, and the SkinCeuticals is very similar. And then she suggested this, which I would say if I could recommend one product to you to get that is the most luxurious.
Who are you recommending it to? Women around your age who have been cleansing, toning and moisturising their face since they were probably 15. It's only you that's learning everything now. We don't need a lesson. We know what we're doing.
Comforting, most adored product. Every single person is pointing me this direction. This SkinCeuticals Triple Lipid Restore. So this, she told me to put on at night and nothing else. Then she said in the morning, cleanse, no tone. If I wanted to put on some hyaluronic acid, I think she's the one that gave me the samples. And then she said this, which is the SkinCeuticals Phyto A Brightening Treatment, which at the time I could handle. And I'm trying to think, I'm curious if I had all the way, it was very hard for me to get off of Obagi. I think I was addicted. It was very hard. I'm trying to think, I don't think I used anything else that night. And so I used this, I think 2 mornings. And all along, is my redness getting better? Yes, but it's still really, really red. So I'm coming home, I'm watching all these videos. Okay, then I also have been, I think I've told you, buying sunscreens, tinted sunscreens to use for multiple reasons, under my makeup and to hide redness. And I bought 3 of these after I had my BBL on my chest because I knew I had to keep that out of the sun, even when I was driving, walking, whatever. And the one I have on today with no foundation is this one. Now I do have on concealer and I'm going to show you which ones. This one I love because it's matte. It's the IntelliShade Anti-Aging Tinted Moisturizer with Sunscreen SPF 45. These 2 I bought and I really do love these 2. And I'm just learning about mineral and physical sunscreens. So far, so good. I don't really have a definite...
You're just learning about sunscreen and you live in America. And you're trying to tell people watching your videos what to do when you haven't got a Scooby.
Opinion, but we'll hit on that because I do want to experiment when I get off of...
Experiment, not spearmint.
The struggle bus, you know what I mean? But these are beautiful, beautiful, and I really do like them. Okay,
And you haven't said what they are.
This is one I purchased, and this is the one that is the most soothing with that little bit of green. It really does help. I don't know why I didn't use this today. I think I'm a rebel. And I wanted to do a makeup look
With a little bit of green what?
with no foundation. I've gone like 2 days now with no makeup, and I wanted to look good today. And so I think this has the most coverage, and it's matte. So I think that's why I use this. A lot of times I need to slow down and just think about what I'm doing, but I'm kind of like a robot sometimes. But this is the UV Skin Recovery SPF 50. And you guys, I know that I love the sun, but my face has not seen the sun since I had children, since I was 28 or 29. So I love this. I really love this. There are so many, you guys.
Hang on a minute. You haven't been using sunscreen, so how has your face not seen the sun? Please explain. Lisa's doing an advert for Elta MD.
So many. And don't think that there's so many names. We'll go into it later. This is an overview, and then we're going to break it up into smaller pieces as I go. Okay, so that's that. The two concealers I have on today are coverage. They're the Estee Lauder concealers in shades 2N and 3N. Wow, who knew? You guys, it's like if you used to like the old Estee Lauder, but you don't like the new, just use these. I mean, I blended it right out with a damp sponge, and, it was perfect. Okay, so, oh my gosh, let me go down my notes. SkinCeuticals, toner, cloth exfoliating. Okay, then I wrote down the word refinement, impact with less, impact by subtraction. I'm kind of doing that. That's my thing this year. Like did I do a video on my words? Like freedom, refinement is one of them. And I'm just not trying to do so much more. I'm trying to make what I do and what I love, let it take up a bigger percentage in my life. Meaning, I want to buy more of the clothes I already know I like and the style I know I already like. I want to just refine everything.
I want to buy more clothes in the style I like. Why? You've got all the clothes that you need already.
And skincare is one of those things. And I am so daggone excited about it because I think it's going to be less expensive. I think I'm going to look better. And I already called up, which I'll get to that. Okay, let me get back on this. So that's my thing. Okay, so I've got written down here, wipes, Bioderma wash off. I've always been one to either take a Costco wipe, wash off especially when I go out of town, wash off my makeup, and then I would cleanse. But think about this. Whatever is on that wipe goes on your skin. And especially if you don't cleanse after that. I'm not that worried about it because I always cleansed. But think about any pad that you put on your face. You're going over your whole face, and then it's leaving what was in that pad. So are your wipes. So a reason I say that is pay attention to what's in your wipes. Like if you're having a reaction to something, and I just think there's better ways, and I'm getting ready to tell you. But if I were to get in the shower, what would I do? I would take a cleansing balm, break everything up, and then get in the shower, and then cleanse after that. So what I'm doing now is I am not using a wipe. I'm using big cotton rounds, and I'm taking off the initial part of my makeup with micellar water. This is the best one I've ever tried, you guys, ever. And I've tried so many. And this is available at, she's a friend of mine that has helped me through this, Christine, her website, FreezeCo. And that way you can get a discount. And so that is what I was doing. Okay, in true Lisa form, I start watching videos, and I'm watching all these doctors and I'm trying to be very, very careful with who I listen to. And she says, this is the best thing. This is the only Bioderma you should be using. The blue one with the green lid. So I go and get this and start using it. And last night it stung my face. And I looked at it. It cleanses and removes makeup for a combination to oily skin. Well, see, those, I need to watch out for those right now because I am highly sensitized. So this morning I use this.
But you just said you were combination to oily. And it probably wasn't that stuck.
And nothing. Okay, so I feel good about that. Now let's talk about, let me turn my page. I also wrote down here, I had underlined to wear full coverage and down my neck. That was another thing that I didn't like, you know, and I really, this has been a good experience because I want to be super careful with the things that I say nonchalantly that could make you feel bad. I never want to do that. And I don't think anybody I watched wanted to make me feel bad when they said this. But they would say things like, you don't want a bunch of cakey makeup. You don't need to wear a full coverage face. You know,
If you think that they didn't mean to make you feel bad, why are you going, you don't need to do. Why are you saying it with that attitude? Fucking woman.
I watched wanted to make me feel bad when they said this. But they would say things like, you don't want a bunch of cakey makeup. You don't need to wear a full coverage face. You know, like a bunch of things that I had to do because I had to cover up every inch of my skin because it was so red, including down my neck. I hated that because, like, why should I have to do that if I'm using the best skincare? So that is something that was getting to me. And there is such thing as redness blindness, where you don't realize how red you look. And that's probably what I had for a while. Okay, so let me make sure. Redness wipes a no-no.
Is there such a thing as seeing things that aren't there, perhaps? I don't think her skin was ever that red that it needed fucking medical attention.
Skin cycling, which is what I want to kind of get into, but that will be a separate video.
Do we need a bike for that?
Now let's go to leaving that appointment with the first esthetician, leaving with my good products that I believe in. I'll put a star beside these. And coming home, well, I just was doing deep dives into everything, so I decide I want to go see at least 3 people before I make this video for you guys. So I schedule an appointment with a nurse practitioner, and she also does different skin, like she's a nurse practitioner and she's an injector nurse, and she does like IPLs, lots of different things. And so I go to her, and right off the bat, I'm just so intrigued and happy to see her because she's younger than I am, but she looked like girl next door, hadn't done a thing, didn't even had beautiful long hair, not fixed, pair of jeans, denim shirt on, youthful, nothing on her face looked done. She looked like a girl from the past before people started doing too much, and that made me feel good. So we go in there and we have a consultation about my skin. I have on no makeup, not even sunscreen, and she proceeds to tell me that yes, indeed, both of them, and the girl, the esthetician, said, I'm wondering, she said, you're very inflamed. I'm wondering if you've become allergic to something in Obagi. Well, think about my gut and my whole stomach issue. All of a sudden, I couldn't eat things that I had eaten my whole life, like salads. And my gut was inflamed, and so was my colon after I had a colonoscopy. And that is when they told me I needed to calm down my gut and give my colon a break. And that is when they turned me onto the FODMAP diet. That's how I got on carnivore. And here we are successfully almost 6 years later. So it's a lot of the same thing. So what I'm doing now is letting it heal and calm down. She said it looks like, and I knew this, that I might have a touch of rosacea, and I am scheduled in 2 weeks to have an IPL. done on my face, neck, and chest for the spots and the redness. And so I'm not self-tanning my neck. She knows everything I've done. And I'm actually going to go get tan remover because I had already started putting self-tanner on my chest. And so we will see how that goes in 2 weeks. And then I did something so radical. Let me go get it and I'll be right back. Okay, so
Radical.
after I talked to her, I'm feeling good. She didn't try to sell me anything or anything like that. And we were talking about, I was saying, well, how long do you think it will take for my barrier to heal? And she said, I can't remember how it got to it, but she started talking about peptides and this compound. And you guys have probably heard about this. I had not, but it's a peptide and wellness compound. And I said, oh, is it something that you take? And she said, no, it's a shot. She said you get it 3 times a week, I believe for a month,
What?
and then you take a month off, and then you do it again, and it speeds up healing. So
you signed yourself up for a fucking course of injections. And you've got no idea what's in it. But because she told you it'll make you look better, you're like, yep, here's my arm. Wow. Vanity, thy name is Lisa.
girls, before I knew it, I was getting a shot in the butt. And it had to stay cold, and Will and I were getting ready to go eat lunch, so she put an ice pack in it. And I have to do these Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and she gave me just enough to last. I paid for it, and she gave me just
Well, I should hope you paid for it. So you've bought injections. I'm sorry, I just can't. This woman is insane.
enough to last until I go for the IPL. And so this is a compound, and if you look it up, you can read about it. It's a lot, but it speeds up healing. And it's more than like you'll read about the Wolverine. I mean, a lot of athletes can take it because it speeds up healing, but there's even things in here, stimulates growth hormone, all of these things, KPV peptide, anti-inflammatory, even helps. And, of course I ask, well, I've got really bad gut issues, and I had already told her I was carnivore. I tell everybody all these things because it makes a difference what you eat. This can calm skin inflammation, supports gut lining repair and overall digestive health, may help with inflammatory bowel conditions, colitis, gut irritation. It says it's got retrotrutide in it, significant weight loss potential, greater than GLP-1 medications. I doubt that one, and I don't need to lose weight. Honestly, I would love to put on about 5 pounds if I could tell it where to go. So anyway, sleep-inducing peptide, all kinds of things.
So you hadn't read that and you've taken the injections, and what if it does make you lose more weight? Then what? Oh, I doubt it does that. Well, why would it say it does that if it doesn't do it? I had a quick look at the comments the other day, or whenever this went up, because I knew I wasn't doing it, but I was curious to see what people were saying in the comments. And so many people are, Lisa, what's that compound? Lisa, what's that thing? Lisa, what's that? And that was another thing. When she said about the lipstick that Monica Lewinsky wore in an interview with someone, and then they said the lines were inundated with people asking what the lipstick was. I swear to God. So fucking vain. That had never happened in the UK. People will probably look and go, she looks good. And that'll be the end of it.
It's in here. So now I have to keep these in the refrigerator, but...
So why are they there then? While you're sat there for an hour talking?
I'm going to do that tomorrow. John is really cooped out by that. But, I mean, I didn't even feel it when she did it. So, okay, so there's that. And then, enough is not enough. I wanted 3 opinions to come to you guys with. Yesterday, I called my med spa that I used to go to. The one that I got on Obagi, the one that did my IPL, the one I went to for years, and I got in with a master esthetician and went in again with no makeup, no sunscreen, nothing. So she could look at my true skin and had a consultation with her. She said she was so happy that I was on this. She said she loved SkinCeuticals so much better than Obagi. They also asked me had I tried Zoe skincare. Well, remember, I had, and it tore my face up, and I never could like reach a happy medium, and I gave up and went back to Obagi. She said to stop this for now because my skin is so reactive that I put another sunscreen on in the car when I left the appointment after I got shot in the butt. And I don't want to say what it is because I don't want to give this sunscreen a bad rap because it was just because my face was so irritated. But it's a sunscreen that had niacinamide and some other actives in it. You guys, it set my face on fire. I was in the car, so I'm trying to wipe it off. I've got my face in front of the air condition and I took it off.
Even though she knows it's air conditioning, she still continues to say air condition. Does she not realise how stupid that makes her look? Why would anyone listen to a woman trying to give them a skincare advice when she can't even say air conditioning? Didn't, doesn't, wasn't.
Off with water as soon as I got home. So I had told her that. I said, it is just crazy. And so she says, and this is my last thing that I'm doing, at night, cool, lukewarm water, take off my makeup with the Bioderma or a cleansing balm, something with squalene and all that kind of stuff. Then cleanse my face with she said that did not need to buy the SkinCeuticals, that La Roche-Posay. And then she said this only at night. Then in the morning, cleanse my skin again, this, and she wanted me to use I think I've already put it up. She wanted me to use the green Elta MD, and that is it. That is you see how it goes similar to Carnivore? Then what am I going to do? I'm going to add in one thing at a time, just like I did with Carnivore, to see what irritates my stomach or my skin, just like I saw what irritated my stomach. So here's the thing with the 3 different people. When I told them that I thought the irritation was a good thing, they said that is just an old school way of thinking. And I was still there because I had not taken the time to study, and I had just settled with the redness. And I probably had a lot of redness blindness. So that is where I am. Today's the first day I've had on makeup in, I think, 3 days. And I feel very good about whatever.
You just said you didn't have makeup on. You only had a tinted moisturiser.
You see with a star beside it, I feel good about. I've even got on my whole hand, my hand skin. And I've been self-tanning my legs, my feet, and my arms because I'm not going to do anything to those. And I had tried I like the Gradual Tan Luxe. I tried that new Jergens, but you guys, the best tanner I have ever used.
Stop shaking it around! How's anyone supposed to see anything when you do that?
You have to try it. It's Peta Jane. This is called the Tan Extender, and I think that's because she sells tanner, and you use this to extend it. It's gradual. It is the least funky smelling, the prettiest color. I was even able to do strawberry margarita again that I have ever seen. It has the least amount of that tanning fragrance, and it's not supposed to stain your sheets or your clothes. We'll see. It hasn't yet. But I immediately wanted to go order like 10 of them. I was like, calm down, Lisa, because just use that and make sure you like it. So I've used that, I think, 3 times. And then my lip combo today, in case you're wondering, is mine from my line. But I mixed it up a little bit. I did Magic Lip Liner which is
Oh, talking of her lip line thing, I saw there was some more comments. Hang on, did I put it in there? Yeah. In case you hadn't seen them. Lisa Ann Ray. Hang on, I've knocked something now. 2 stars. It's no for me. I was so excited about Lisa's line because I've been a follower of hers from the beginning. This lipstick is so patchy and just looks terrible on the lips. I've tried exfoliating, pre-hydrating and a few other prep steps, but nothing works. It's not a great formula and I was so disappointed. I gave 2 stars because it's a really nice colour. Then we've got crap. I love that one. And then this, no, that's the same one. So where's the next one? Carolyn put, excellent debut of a new lip brand. Have purchased all 3 colours in this line. I prefer a more traditional nude lip and these fit nicely. While I first thought these would be one among many lipsticks I wear in a month, I find myself reaching for them on the daily, even before my Anastasia, Wet n Wild, Tom Ford and Dior lips, to name but a few. I'm a lippy girl who doesn't leave the house without liner, lipstick and a glossy lip combo, and highly recommend any one of these shades. Opaque, long-lasting, smooth. I would love to see some glosses from this line. Don't give her any fucking ideas, will you?
a little bit more, it's lighter than Entrepreneur and a little bit more cooler than Muse. And then I put Bordeaux, which is more of it's the more neutral pink with a little bit of white in the background. And then the gloss I used is this Dior one. I just tapped it. And the reason I tell you that is because I wanted to tell you some lip products I've been using too. This is an overnight that I've used a long time from Fit Glow. You know I love some clear City Beauty. And then this I really like. It's the Paula's Choice Pro Collagen Peptide Gloss Balm. Now that I'm learning about peptides and all of that stuff, it visibly plumps, smooths, and hydrates. And then this one is so good. This is the star. This will go in my favorites. I'm working on a favorites. This is the Revi Beauty. And it's just a clear, but it feels so good. The closest thing I can think of that it's very close to this, and it's very close to those Too Faced pillow balms. I love it. And then if you want something to plump your lips, this sucker, this Dr. Dennis Gross, this is a clear one, plump repair lip treatment. I took a picture. I put this on this morning before my makeup, and I thought to myself, I have smeared it. A lot of times with my lip products, I'll, on purpose smear it like way outside of my lips to just condition. It was burning and red. I look like Ronald McDonald. Then this morning, I knew that, so I did it, and I got a little bit out here, and I'll put a picture in here where it was red. This burn.
Red? Where? What? Talk about exaggeration. You're a pain in the hole, Lisa. Do you know that? I'm sorry, I can't see any redness. There's like a little tiny mark there. That's it. You could do that if you just scratched yourself. Talk about over fucking reacting to everything.
But it works. So I wanted to tell you about those. And then, okay, my hands, I've been using every morning. I keep this on my desk. I've been using L'Occitane and this stuff. This I heard about from Nikki. This whole brand seems to be good. I had never heard of it, but this is the Hand Wrap Hand Shielding Lotion. Helps prevent moisture loss even after hand washing. Well, I've noticed, I've used this for a while now, and I love it. But I've noticed if you use a good hand cream and then put this over it, it is really, I can't help how bony my hands are, but they're not dry and they're not crepey. So I just wanted to tell you those. And then here we are. We are at the road to my skincare health. What I can tell you so far, is I feel so good about it. I feel so good about it. And I feel good about taking you with me. You guys climb in the back. It's not the struggle bus. It is a convertible. Climb in the back with me. We're going to have a good time. We are going to learn. I am going to share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm going to be doing makeup videos where you can see my face. Oh my God, I didn't tell you the biggest thing.
Oh my God. Really? Can you give up with that? You say goodness or something if you don't want to say God.
Biggest thing. Okay, when I was talking to the nurse practitioner, and keep in mind her whole business is injectables. I told her, I said, yeah, I said, don't worry, I have a consultation next week with a plastic surgeon for a facelift. And she said, you do not need a facelift. And I said, I don't? She said, no, you are nowhere near ready. No. And I said, wow. And so I postponed it. I postponed it till the end of September because I already feel like my skin looks so much better.
Where are we now? April. So you just put it off 5 months, even though someone said you do not need a facelift. So do you think you're going to need one in 5 months then?
Feel like it's bouncier. I feel like it's fuller, and I just feel a big difference. When I went to cancel it, but I postponed. When I did that appointment, I looked at those photos and I already feel so much better. So if I can help us not do that, and I wouldn't not do it for any reason other than I'm just so damn scared that they would mess me up and that I wouldn't look like myself. And I would rather look like...
So what did you think the facelift was going to do to your skin? It's not going to change it, it's just going to move it. What? Why did you think you needed a facelift, and now that you've found skincare, you don't think you will? Where's the logic in that? I'm sorry, have I missed something?
Like old me than new crazy lady. You know what I mean? And so I feel really good about it. So what you're going to see in the coming days is me doing the same thing, this cleanse with the mild cleanser, using the triple lipid, using different sunscreens. And then I'm going to take you with me on the IPL, and then we're going to go from there. I'm going to stay in close contact. They told me I couldn't even get a facial right now. And daggone, I can't shave my face because that's exfoliation. So that's all I'm doing right now.
Daggone.
So, okay, that is it. I just felt like I had to get all of that out so that now we can start. And I'm going to try to keep my skincare videos succinct so that, those of you that are interested can be interested and watch, and those of you that aren't. I'm not even sure I'm going to put skincare in my Friday haul. I'll have to think about it, but let's do an outfit. Okay, I thought I would wear this t-shirt. This is the AYR Super Cool because it's the best. It is the best.
See, it just shows people don't watch all of her videos and listen to what she's saying, because one of the comments is, what t-shirt is that, Lisa? She's just said, if you fucking watched and listened, you would have heard her.
T-shirt. Let me lift this up a little bit. So today is the day I just go out for a little bit and then go over to my parents. There's something about this sleeve length that I love, and the shape and the fabric. And the pants I have on are some new, they're long, so I'm turning them over, some new little fun pants from Revolve that have I'm a sucker for a little scalloped edge, a gather, a pucker, a flare, anything. I love little pants like this. And then I put on my little Walmart clear heels, and then it's cooler today. It's like high 67 or something. This is an old little Zara fringy jacket, and I'm going to wear this today. And I think I might, here, I could tuck this in if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to go super casual because I'm having to turn over this waistband. Hold on. Okay, there's no doubt that looks better but I think I'm gonna go casual. Yeah. And here again, this is the 2-color system that I like. If I were to mix, I even like it that it's all white on top and all black at the bottom. Instead of putting on a black jacket, that would have lessened the impact. So even with our skincare, we're gonna go more impact by less products. And I'm going to learn about each one. And I'm also going to learn more about Sculptra and things that we can do to avoid the knife, because I am scared. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm scared. Okay, guys.
You just said at the start you weren't scared of an operation, you weren't scared of pain, you weren't scared of this, you weren't scared of that. Now all of a sudden you're scared. And if you're scared, why even bother considering it? Just age. You don't... Just because you're American doesn't mean you need to have a fucking facelift. How about you buck the trend and just be you?
Wolf ring, strawberry margarita, loving it, and love you guys. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Pusscat! It's Pusscat time. Look at that cat. Looks like she's put a sofa thing on the back on the floor and the cat stood on it, doesn't it? Anyway, we got to the end, folks, and if you got here with me, chocolate wombles are in the post, and I will see you in the next one.